We will begin our session with the opening prayer. Om, Om, Om. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Saviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुर्न्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। स्थावरं जंगमं व्याप्तं यत्किञ्च चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। चिन्मयं व्यापीत्यत सर्वं त्रिलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। ओम पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्र रुद्रमरुतः स्तुवन्ति दैवैः स्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतमनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः। सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचा। So with this, we wanna go short meditation. I will bring you back. Om. 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 We are cruising in chapter 6, but there are a lot of illuminating concepts are coming at the end of this chapter. He has not revealed himself yet beyond Arjun's Sakha or his Sarathi. In a little while, after few stanzas, we will be entering into chapter 7. And just be prepared to see how with tons and tons of superiority he introduced himself. He is saying who I am. That will probably knock the socks of the audience, because so far he was humble. He is only Sri Krishna. So just be prepared. But for the next 6 or 7 stanzas that we are in chapter 6, there are also eye-opening stanzas coming. And it is as a result of the question Arjun threw. Hey, if a person is practicing yoga, and the general meaning or the true meaning of yoga, we have seen a lot of different names for the yoga. Karma yoga, Gnana yoga, Bhakti yoga, whatever. But this meaning of yoga means the Chetana, which was commingled with mind, has been detached, or rather unattached. There is a big difference between detached and unattached. His Chetana is now turned towards the Supreme Personality, the Advaita. And whatever he will act will be through that one-pointed position. And so Arjun threw the question, what will happen to that person? And there is a phrase used in that previous stanza as yoga brashta, which is a little bit misleading for Gujarati people. It is not brashta really. It is a concentrated yogi with a genuine Shraddha practicing yoga somehow got disconnected, either from his life or whatever. Before he has achieved the siddhi, means before completing or accomplishing the perfection of yoga, what will happen to him? And there is the Upma Alankar use. Will he not be shattered like a rent? Rent means shattered cloud. Shattered cloud? What a comparison. Shattered cloud in a little while in the wind would not exist. Marvelous question. And so there are few stanzas here at the end of the chapter which are like eye-opening. in stanza number 40, which we already did, but we will just connect from there. Parthana eva iha, na eva, not, absolutely not, no, na eva iha, here, means wherever he is practicing the yoga. Na eva iha na amutra, not only not here, but not in amutra, not in other world also. Vinashaha tasya vidyate. No, 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 no. Not only here, but even in another world also. Enonasthatanati. He does not vinishya. Does not perish. Nahi kalyan krut. He means indeed. Indeed, that kalyan krut, doer of the good things, kaschid durgatim tat gacchati. Kaschid means whoever. And tat means, it's a marvelous sambodhan. Tat is used for some sambodhing son or son to father, and friend would be like this, hey Bala. That is what we say in Gujarati. Hey Bala, eno to vinash thato જ નથી. No, 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 no. Hey man, he never vanishes. And then he want to go further, and that is really eye-opening thing what he's saying. Prapya punya krutam lokan. Prapya, after attaining punya krutam lokan, in the righteous world, superior world. Upitva saswatihi samaha. After attaining that punya krutam world, he will live there for ages. Saswatihi samaha means he will not have a short life like 100 years or 125. He will be living there like as long as the sun and moon are there, kind of thing. So it's a different world. There is a hint here to the physicist. Hey, in the myriads of galaxies and nebulas, there are worlds where people can live many, many, many years. We are very ephemeral here. And then what happened in that world? Suchinam srimatam gehe yoga brashtaha abhijayate. Oh man, what a thunderbolt phrase here. Suchinam means totally pavitra, serene. Srimatam means all kind of material luxury. Sri means wealth. Gehe means in that family. Yoga brashtaha abhijayate. That yogi which was disconnected from his incomplete yoga practice would be born in such a family. That is an unbelievable promise. Athava, then he says further, or yoginam eva Kule means family, or maybe in the family of yogis, tapasvis, like Shukadevji was born in Vyasa's family. Kule bhavati dimatam. See, in the previous stanza, the phrase was used srimatam, and now he is using dimatam. There he was using in the family of wealth. Here he is using in the family of yogi with all kind of buddhi, wisdom. Etad hi durlabhataram loke janma yad idrusham. Our family ni andar, in this kind of family, કે જ્યાં જન્મ દુર્લભતર છે, means impossible છે. In that kind of family, he will be born. And what will happen in that family then? Tatratam buddhi sanyogam labate purvadehikam. Purvadehikam means whatever attribute he achieved in his previous life, purvadehikam. Buddhi sanyogam will connect to that wisdom he achieved in the previous birth. Yatate cha tataha bhuyaha. Yatate. And there he will even do the efforts. Bhuyaha means more efforts. Sansiddhau kurunandan. For what? To achieve sansiddhau, perfection. To achieve perfection, he will do even more efforts. So look at what happened. A person is in the path of the yoga, got disconnected, where he will be born, and after being born there, what he will be doing there. A complete promise is revealed here. He is not going to be shattered like a rent cloud. That is what it is here. Purva Vyasena, with the help of the previous training he achieved, Tena eva hriyate hi avasho api saha. Avashaha api saha means without his doing anything. Jigna suhu api yogasya shabda brahmati vartate. There he doesn't have to do anything. Even so, there is a phrase used here. He avashaha. Without him doing anything, he would have just the jignasa of yogasya. When he will have just the desire for the yoga, at that point, he will be even superior to the performance of the Vedic rites. Shabda Brahmati Vartate. How much ahead he is pointing out this thing. Whoever may be reading Vedas and all that, this guy who was disconnected before, living his incomplete yoga practice, is coming back with a tremendous amount of force. Nothing is lost. That is something that one has to remember. And after that, there is another stage coming here. Prayatnat yad amanastu yogi sanshuddha kilbishaha. Prayatnat Yatamana. Yatamana means doing efforts. Efforts for what? Yogi Sanshuddha Kilbishaha. Doing efforts to remove all the previous accumulated sins, if there is any. Aneka janma sansiddha tatah yati param gati. And this way, see, the end doesn't come in one birth. This way, aneka janma sansiddha tatah, many births, spending in achieving perfection, yati param gatim, supreme stage then, or the supreme condition, supreme goal, yati, he reaches, then he achieves the supreme goal. So it is like once the process begins, it goes on. And we have to ask ourselves now, momentarily, have we begun our process? If we are not going to achieve the final goal, will we be in the category of a yoga brashta? And if not, oh, what a miserable situation. There are many, many Vishram stones here. Because we are not sitting here just to go over the stanzas from the Gita's book. We are looking for true direction, and the direction is all in 6 chapters. I think it has become very clear. The clarity is in the yoga. Are you in the yoga? And if not, where to begin? And if we are, for the second stage people, then see, you either achieve the goal in this life or at least put the life in the stage from where we will have the situation that we saw in the last 3 stanzas. And here is one stanza which is an unbelievable truth. Tapasvi byaha adhikaha. Ascetic ઋષિ મુનિઓથી પણ એ વધારે. Who? The yogi. Tapasvi byaha. પાંચમી વિભક્તિ બહુવચન. તપસ્વી બ્યહ અધિકઃ. યોગી એ તપસ્વીઓ કરતા પણ વધારે છે. જ્ઞાની બ્યહ અપી. અને વરી જ્ઞાની કરતા પણ. મતઃ અધિકઃ is thought. મતઃ thought. અધિકઃ more. કર્મિભ્યઃ ચ અધિકઃ. અને કર્મયોગી કરતા પણ. જો તો ખરા અહીંયા યોગીની સ્ટેજ કેટલી છે તે. તપસ્વીથી વધારે, જ્ઞાનીથી વધારે, કર્મીઓથી વધારે. યોગી. તસ્માદ યોગી ભવ અર્જુન. હે બળી અર્જુન, Therefore, yogi bhava. And in a short, the definition of yogi is whose chetana is turned towards the Supreme, the Advaita, away, far, far away from mind. All the businesses of minds are long gone. And then that person may be then karma yogi or gnana yogi or whatever type of yogi. But the yogi is a general term to classify the person whose mind is completely shut off. Mind is not consulted for any business. Chetana is the boss and is trying to connect with the Supreme. That yogi is far superior to tapasvi, gnani, and a karmi yogi. What a comparison he is giving. And then let's see what he has to say further. Yoginam api sarvesham. In all the yogis, or among all the yogis, madgaten antaratmana. Madgaten, merge in me. Madgaten atmana, with the inner self. With the inner self who has merged with me. Shraddhavan, and with Shraddha. Bhajate yahamam sahame yukta tamaha mataha. That person I hold to be the most devout. So with this definition of his devotee, he is going to move to chapter 7. But see how he is ending. That is a marvelous, marvelous ending of this chapter. Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita Supnishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvada Dhyana Yogo Nama Shastodhyaya. In the Upanishad of the Bhagavad Gita, the knowledge of Brahman, the Supreme, the science of yoga, and the dialogue between Sri Krishna and Arjuna, this is the sixth discourse designated the yoga of meditation. We have completed a great milestone here. 6 chapters. During these 6 chapters and the remaining 12 chapters, you will see there is thundering Sena. And that has not entered into any of this. There were questions Arjuna was asking, but that was only about the Gita. Look at how silent any one of us want to pursue the Adhyayan of Gita. That is the condition. Our surrounding world is very similar to Kaurav Pandav Sena. Everything is happening there all the time. And look at how these 2 guys, I'm not including Sanjay and Dhritarashtra here. They are in the different planes. Sanjay was hired to do the job. and Dhritarashtra has a different angle to be there. But these two people, Sri Krishna and Arjuna, they were so much into this Gita. Even a thought did not occur. Even a question did not come out, reflecting the existence of the Sena. So with that preparation, I think we are good to go for further knowledge, further clarifications, further achievements. And the name of the 7th chapter is Jnana Vijnana Yoga. If anybody has a different Gita and different title, that's okay. Don't worry about that. It says the yoga of knowledge and realization. Knowledge means the complete information. And then after the information, he's going to go a little further. In the previous 6 chapters, he was giving all the means and all that. But then how to realize, how to accomplish something, he didn't say. That is what coming in this 7th chapter and beyond as we go along. So he begin, Sri Bhagwan Uvacha. The reader of the Gita will realize here that Sri Bhagwan Uvacha. It didn't say Sri Krishna Uvacha. The human being. And as we go along in this 7th chapter, he is going to reveal slowly who he is. He is going to introduce himself. Just like we do when we meet the new friends. Say, oh, I'm from this town. Oh, I'm this and that, etc. But Sri Krishna's introduction is so powerful. Will put you in meditation right away. So just wait for that. Mayi asakta manaha. Attached with me or clinging with me. Partha yogam yunjan mad asrayaha. Yunjan means practicing. What practicing? Yogam. In me who is clinging. And taking refuge in me, who is practicing yoga. See, he begins with that a person who is one-pointedness attached to me only. Asansayam samagram mam yatha gnasyasi tad shrunu. Hey, attach with me, refuge in me, without any doubt. The one who is practicing yoga, how he will be connected with me. that in totality, samagram, asansayam, without any doubt, listen to me, tad shrunu. So now I'm going to tell you about how with your mind clinging to me and taking refuge in me and practicing yoga, you will, without any doubt, know me in full. So he is putting only two conditions. That guy, how he will know me completely, I am going to tell you that. Jnanam te aham savignanam idam vakshyami asheshataha. That knowledge combined with realization, vakshyami, I will be telling you, asheshataha, without any shesh, without any remaining thing. Yad gnatva na iha, bhuyaha anyad, by knowing which, here there will be nothing more. Gnatavyam avashishyate. Nothing more to know will be remaining. I will be telling you everything. That is what he says. So, how much attention are we going to pay here? Manushyanam sahasresu kaschid yatati siddhe. મનુષ્યવરી હજાર મનુષ્યમાં કોઈ એકાદ પરફેક્શન માટે પ્રયત્ન કરતું હોય. 1 out of 1,000 probably might be striving for perfection. Yatatam api siddhanam kinchid mam vetti tattvataha. But out of all those, only someone will know me tattvataha, in completeness. So, it is not that everybody is going to know. He is giving us the warning at the beginning that 1 out of 1,000 will be putting the efforts, and out of those who are putting the efforts, maybe someone might know me completely. Now this is the beginning of he's going to introduce himself. And he is going to introduce from lower to higher, but see, he is not going to leave an inch of room where he is not. So our illusion that we have done this and that, or this is all natural, where the God lives somewhere in infinite miles away in some palace in Vaikunth. No. He's saying where I am. He's beginning here. Bhumihi, Dhartima, in the earth. Apah, Anima, in the water. Analaha, Agni, fire. Come is Akash, or what the scientists say, ether. Manaha buddhihi evacha. Man ane buddhi. Ahankar. he is counting several elements. Tritiya में भिन्न प्रकृति ही अष्टधा. These are my eightfold prakriti. So he is saying these 8 elements are not different from me. That is one thing he is saying. Going further now. Apara. There is sandhi everywhere. Apara iyam itahatu anyam. That much is embedded in the first phrase. Apara iyam itaha tu anyam. But beyond these lower prakritis, this lower nature, there are anyam, there are different prakritim. Vidhi me param. Know that higher prakriti is param. So there are 2 phrases. He used apara and then para. Apara is a lower prakriti, para is a higher prakriti. Jiva bhutam mahabaho. Yaya idam dharyate jagat. Yaya, by that, dharyate jagat. This is my lower prakriti. He begins with that. Those 8 elements he said in the previous stanza. But different from it, know, Almighty, mighty arms, my higher prakriti, know that. And what is that higher prakriti? The life element by which this universe is upheld. The 8 elements, the inert elements, that is the transient elements he counted. Now he is saying the life element by which this universe is upheld, the life element, the non-dual, by which the entire Brahman is held, So all the lower and all the higher, hey, that is me. Oh man, he came out from the closet now. And this is just the beginning here, what he is. Etad yonini bhutani sarvani upadharaya. Aham krutnasya jagataha prabhavaha pralayaha tatha. Know that these 2 are the womb. Etad yonini bhutani. The lower prakriti he counted in the previous stanza, and the supreme personality in the Brahman. So he says, these are the 2 wombs, these are the 2 places where I am. Know that these 2 are the womb of all beings. I am the origin and dissolution of the whole universe. See what he says? I am the origin. I am the origin. You are not the origin. Pehlo unchu. I am the first. and I am the last also. So just kind of relax yourself. Mattaha. Then me is comparative coming here. Mattaha parataram. Mattaha param parataram. Superior than I am. But then what he says, Mattaha param parataram. Na anyat kinchit asti. Marathi param, Marathi motu. Superior to me, there is nothing. Na kinchit, nothing. Na kinchit asti dhananjaya. Mai sarvam idam. All this is in me. Protam sutre manigana iva. Like the beads in the mala. I am the sutra. I am everything there. Without whose support, this would not have been existing. And this stanza number 8 is very similar to Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. When Maitreyi asked a question to Yagnavalkya, her husband, hey, tell me, where would I go and look for him? And Yagnavalkya replied, in the beginning he replied, look at the sun. આપણા જેવાને એમ થશે કે વળી સનને તો રોજ જોઈએ છે અમે. ને આ સનમાં મને ઈશ્વર દેખાવાનો? In this sun which I see every day, would I be able to see God? Of course. Look at the size, look at the ears he's shining there. Look at the number of fissions, nuclear fissions going on there. Just think about what is going there. Do you think some scientist would have put something like that in the sky? Yagnavalkya, of course, elaborate further, but I'm just kind of giving that example. So on a similar line, he's saying here, Rasa aham apsu. અરે ભાઈ પાણીની અંદર મીઠાશ હું છું. The sap in the water is me. Prabhasmi shashi suryo. The light in Chandrama and Surya is me. Pranavah sarva vedeshu shabdah khe paurusham drushu. And in all the Omkar, in all the words of the Vedas, I am there. Paurusham drushu. And manliness of the man. Nru means man. And Nrushu means in man. So I am the sapidity in water, sweetness. O son of Kunti, I am the radiance in the moon and sun. I am the syllable Om in all the Vedas, sound in ether and manliness in man. Look at People may be believing, oh, I'm a macho man. No, no, no. Your manliness is not yours. It's because of somebody else. Who is the owner of that? That's going to bring tons of humbleness in a person blowing bugle about his manliness. Punyaha gandaha, sweet smell. Punyaha gandaha pruthivyam. In the earth, pruthiyam. Chatejaha cha asmi vibhavasau. And the brilliance in the fire. Jivanam sarva bhuteshu. Tapaha cha asmi tapasvishu. See how many things he's counting now on and on. We have to sit down with a piece of paper and pencil to write down who he is. And then all of our melt, the ego will melt like the ice melt in sun. The mind will cool down. Meditation will become easy. And you will be on the road of a yogi. Is by counting who he is kind of leading us to the path of yoga indirectly. I am the sweet fragrance in the earth and the brilliance in fire. I am the life in all beings. Jivanam sarva bhuteshu. And tapasvi and tapahacha asmi tapasvisu. And the austerity in the ascetics. So look at that, where he is. And he just started counting that. It's gonna go on and on. But I will touch one more stanza and stop there. Bijam mam sarvabhutanam viddhi partha sanatanam. What does he say? Hey Parth, know me as the eternal seed of all beings. Bijam mam sarvabhutanam viddhi. Viddhi means jana. Know. Know me as the eternal seed of all beings. Buddhihi buddhimatam asmi. Buddhimatam, buddhimanoni, of the intellectuals. The intellect of the intellectuals. Tejaha tejasvinam aham. I am the intelligence of the intelligent, the splendor of the splendid. Oh, he has, I think, he has said enough, and he is going further counting, but we will take a little pause here, and next time we will start with stanza number 11. But before we go, I will take maybe some clarification of questions, confusion, whatever, and have fun. You are welcome.
Amrut bhai, slok number 4. In that slok, ahankar, I think it is not ego here. Please clarify.
What is this sloka? Can you?
Man buddhi chit ahankar.
Oh.
Prithvi jad vayu agni.
Yeah.
Akash man buddhi ahankar.
Yeah.
I think ahankar is not ego here. I feel like so. Just please clarify.
The, the, the translation is ego. However, the Sanskrit phrase ahamkara, and if we do the samas, aham, when you think aham instead of him, that means when we think we are mind body, when we think that the temporary part of our constitution is the real me, that thinking is called ahankar. But when you think, just to give an example, that I am not handsome because of me, but I am handsome because something else may be shining there. So there is a difference between the way ahankari would think and the egoless person will think. The ahankari will stay, live. His life is in the temporary elements. Once you are out of the temporary world and once your head is turned with the mind cooled down to the search of the Supreme, you are no more ahankari because you know you have nothing much. But the ahankari will think he has a lot. So it is in the thinking, the difference.
Okay.
Is it okay?
Okay. The problem is that up till now, ahankar is ego. That is, so it should be avoided. And here, Krishna says, ahankar is one of my part. That is the little puzzle. But I am
No.
satisfied now. It's okay.
Yeah.
There
No,
is a
no,
difference. I got
I
it.
have to clarify that also. Even to be egoistic, you are thinking that is also because of my power. Even that thinking is not yours. So the power by which a person would become egoistic, that steam in the engine, either the engine goes backward or forward, it is the steam. The steam would come and say, no, 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 it is my power, regardless you go back or in the front. That is the meaning here. Make any sense?
Yes, I'm okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Some things are little intuitively grasped and difficult to put in words.
Agreed.
It's a little, uh, it is like that example I gave about Ramakrishna and Vidyasagar, that Vidyasagar when started speaking fluently, and Ramakrishna in about 15-20 minutes would get up and go and hug him and come back and sit in his chair. When this thing happened 2-3 times, Vidyasagar asked him a question. You are not saying anything but hugging me. So Ramakrishna answered, oh, I am so much enjoying the Supreme's power by which you are fluently speaking, not your power, the Supreme's power, say.
Agreed, agreed.
And then he hugged, oh, my God, you are speaking here, not him. And this is a very important notion. Whatever, where we put the finger, it is him there, capital him, capital him. And that is what the Advaita is. Not just the physical piece, but including all the attributes, elements, everything. This notion, it takes a little bit of time to grasp, and once that is grasped, you are like a ghost moving around, you know. And the ghost has no weight. When the ghost move, halka fully jam farya kar. No burden. There is no burden here. You know? And that is the single most goal of the Gita. Hey, get out, because I am there all the time.
I'm okay. Fine.
Fantastic. Thank you. Now who is there? Nobody? All right, then probably we will do our regular ending prasna. And keep moving on. So here is the closing prayer. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kaschid dukha bhag bhavet, asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityur mamrutam gamaya. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namah Hari Om. So with this, we are closing Gita session. So I'm going to stop the video.